started, and there's a problem with the access code. It's missing a 1 at the end, so there will be people that will resend this out to, but we're going to do a recording, and I'm just going to quickly run over or give you an overview of what we're going to cover, and then we'll dive in. So I'm going to talk really quickly about the whole program. I have the product set up behind me, and then we'll go into like what you get with a kit, what are other options you can add in, and then I'm going to share my screen so that I can show you a picture of what it is. So to start off, I am Grace Wright. I am an executive area manager with Arbonne and an independent consultant. I live in Belgrade, Montana, and I have actively worked my business for about 4 years. And the more I work, the more passionate I become about our nutrition program because of what it does. And I know that most people, people look at nutrition and they're like, okay, that's great for you, but I'm not 5'10". I don't have blonde hair, which I don't have anymore, but I don't look like you. So how is this going to help me? And the reason I become more passionate about it is just seeing how it helped me and what I'm seeing it help, how it's helping clients of mine or friends of mine and coworkers and stuff. So I started using Arbonne Healthy Living the first time around. I mean, I used it every day. Don't get me wrong. Shakes for my breakfast. I just did the whole piece it together kind of thing. And then about 4 years ago, when I graduated cosmetology school, I weighed more than I'd ever weighed. I needed to buy a bigger size, and I was not happy with me because I was not comfortable with me. So I decided I could buy new clothes, or I could do the kit and just be like, okay, I'm going to jump in and see what happens. So in doing that, I personally lost 30 pounds in 2.5 months. I did not exercise at all. In doing that, I did not cheat at all. On days I wanted to cheat, I didn't. I ate as strict as possible. Mind you, because of the calories in healthy food are lower, I ate a lot of food. I would out-eat a man sitting next to me. So it's not that you have to watch or count your calories. We do not teach that at all. We're just teaching you to how to fill your plate, what your diet should consist of, and how to use our products. Why are our products good or helpful? So on that note, after I lost 30 pounds, and I went from, I think I started the Monday or Tuesday after Father's Day, and by Labor Day, I was needing to buy size 6s and 7s, and the last time I've worn a size 6, I was 13 or 14. So that's not ever how I saw myself. It was always 7 or above. Well, understanding what it does changed how I looked at food. Okay. And then it changed how I felt by not being bloated. So now fast forward 3.5 years, and you keep hearing, people talk about, oh, well, I know someone who's fighting cancer just through health food or just healthy living, and that's great for them, but it doesn't really work. And you can't say what you're going to do until the doctor tells you you have cancer, right? Now, granted, Arbonne is not curing, they're not claiming to cure cancer, but what we're teaching people is how to alkalinize your body so that your body can help heal itself. And because of that, you end up starving the funky cells and they just die. So to give you an example of where I'm coming from and why I get more passionate about this, 3 years ago, I had an abnormal pap smear. So, okay, whatever, I go on about my life. 2 years ago, I have a second one. And when I had my appointment, the doctor, nobody the first time really told me what was wrong. They just sent me a packet this thick on cervical cancer, told me I needed another appointment, but my doctor never called me back. It was always a nurse in training or something. And I'm not disrespecting nurses in training. It didn't hit me like it was important enough for the doctor to call me back. So I didn't do anything about it. Went in for my second exam, and the doctor I had that time was like, this is kind of serious. You need to do something now, or like you're going to have a hysterectomy. So I started looking into all my options, and I know that clean eating completely changes the cells in your body. So I started doing that. Well, in doing that, I was still trying to get doctor's appointments and all this stuff. Fast forward a few months, and I went from a very high level 3, pretty much where if I didn't do something, like they were looking at scraping and cutting everything off. When I was sitting in the doctor's office, like I just knew that that was not my last option. And I kept saying no. Like I want babies. No, I'm not willing to do that. So I knew food changed it. Well, the doctor or nurse practitioner that was helping pretty much got in my face and said, if you don't do this, you will get cancer. And that just shut me off. I was like, you don't know that. You can't tell me that. That just like made me push back even more just to say I'm not going to do this. So I left, completely changed my diet, did not cheat at all. Like people would be drinking a glass of wine next to me. I wouldn't do it. People would be eating things like cookies and stuff. Christmas time, I would not do it. So what you get out of this system is what you're going to put into it. That is up to you. Okay. So going forward, literally in 2.5 months, I went from a very high 3 to a low 1 just from foods by changing the alkalinity of your body. Because I know I can do that, it kind of makes you stop and look at all the people who have all these chronic problems and chronic sicknesses, diseases, that they don't know that the food they're putting in their mouth changes. So you have control over this. You can list anything you want, but God designed your body to heal itself. I firmly believe that, and it's like I watch it consistently. But we have to feed it what it needs so it has the energy to turn around and heal itself, right? So in jumping in on that, I know a lot of people that will be watching this or tuning in are kind of trying to see, like, is this for me? What does it entail? How hard is it? I'm going to tell you up front, this is not a pill that you can just eat whatever you want. You take a pill and you lose a bunch of weight. That is not what Arbonne stands for as a company, and that is not what the integrity they put into our products. As a company, they want you to be the best, healthiest you can be with the purest products. So on that note, all of our products have to be made vegan certified, meaning they have to be made from a plant, fruit, or vegetable. We cannot use any form of dairy. We cannot use any form of soy in any of our nutrition products, and I'll get into that in a second. But they want you to have nutrition-packed foods that maybe you wouldn't have to eat 10 stalks of celery for and 17 bowls of broccoli and all these other fruits and vegetables. You're able to get those vitamins through the food because they've packed those nutrition or the nutrition value into those products. So yes, a lot of people could argue and say, you know what, I'm really just going to get my nutrition from food. Do you know that from depleted soils from all over the world, because of what is not getting put back into our soil, you would have to eat 2 to 3 times the amount of fruits and vegetables that you are currently eating to get the same vitamins that you think you're getting. So that's not a valuable argument or viable argument. Arbonne is not asking or trying to replace. They're trying to add to what you're already doing and just make you aware of what you're doing. So on that note, I'm going to share my screen. And the first thing that I want to show you, we're going to, oops, got to back up a second. I'm going to show you, I got to stop here a second. I need to go find this post that's talking about what it looks like to completely a nutritional rebalancing instead of just a constant yo-yo diet. So now I can share, and you can see this hopefully. So this is what Arbonne is designed to do. Most people just go from dieting in a circle, and all those little dots are toxins. And toxins attach to fat, and normally it's around your stomach, your waist, your thighs, your butt, your hips, anywhere that there is more body fat, because your organs are literally trying to push the toxins out so your organs can run, okay? So in doing a nutritional rebalancing, it's essentially telling your body it's okay to reset, and that when we alkalinize our body, instead of going you gain all your weight because you kept all the toxins, you lose all your weight. You gain all your weight, you lose all your weight. You go from that to getting rid of your toxins to where you're in the third man in the picture, and you're seeing what your body can look like when you're clean. So there are tons and tons of before and after photos, and I encourage people to do their own before and after picture when they start using Arbonne products, because even people that work out constantly, bodybuilders, name whatever form of working out you want to name, people that do that consistently, when they start eating with clean products, it takes out the bloating. So I have been doing with a Facebook accountability group, like you guys have been my accountability, just posting for the last, I think I'm on day 19 or 20. Actually, I'm higher than that. But just posting what I'm doing and then letting people comment on it. And what I've noticed, like I've maybe dropped 3 pounds, but my bloating, I'm in pants today that I have not worn in a year and a half. So like bloating goes down hardcore. And I've only been doing this like consistently for 20 days, 21 days. So this is what we start with, okay? Then the next thing that I'm going to share is kind of showing you what your plate looks like. Actually, I'm going to back up. I'm going to show you. I don't know if it's letting me, it won't let me scroll when I am sharing my page apparently. There should be a questionnaire to see if you need to detox. I'm not seeing it. So I'll just jump into this one. This is what your plate would look like. So down here, this is what we're teaching people. Yes, we are eliminating foods, and I'm going to get into more of why we're eliminating those foods. But a sample day would be making sure you're eating between every 4 to 6 hours and doing your best not to snack in between. However, you do have other options. But did you know that when you're hungry, you're normally really thirsty, you're hydrated. So making sure you drink instead of eat. And on this system, you'll be drinking half of your body weight in ounces a day, whatever that looks like for you. So everybody's going to need something different. But when you're eliminating the allergenic and toxic ingredients, essentially you're giving yourself a break from them, but then you need to be drinking enough that you can flush out those toxins. And then when you're eating in the proper proportions, like step 3, like on the screen, that's what your plate should look like. When your plate looks like that, it's going to help your body get the nutrients it needs, but at the same time giving your brain, because your brain is fat, your brain lives on fat. So the first thing that we're trained to do is, oh, you're going to lose weight, go on a no-fat diet. Essentially, you end up starving. Your brain is constantly hungry because it's looking for foods to keep eating so that your brain can stay healthy and alive. Making sure you get the correct amount of fat and the right fats into your diet with carbs. Carbs are good, just depending on which carbs you're eating, and proteins and veggies. So this is kind of the overview cheat sheet of what we're going to be talking about. I got to click out of this one a second. And this one is showing the key areas of how Arbonne products, like where they come into play. So we just talked about we're going to be decreasing the intake of toxins, and we want to be eliminating things from your diet like refined sugar, artificial sweeteners, processed foods, dairy, whey, soy, gluten, coffee, and alcohol. And coffee, depending on the person, like this I know is a huge touchy subject with people. If you're drinking it for the caffeine, then we have replacements for you that are not acidic. And it's not saying that you cannot drink coffee. It's saying that you shouldn't be living on 2 to 3 pots of coffee a day. Okay? If you drink like half a cup to a cup of coffee, that's different. But again, that's going to look different than if you go to and you're getting a triple shot extra grande latte that has like 3 pumps of sweetener in it or 3 pumps of flavor in it. That's not your healthiest option, okay? We're going to be replacing those foods with healthier versions, and we'll talk about that. Number 2 is increasing your nutrition intake so that you absorb more nutrients. When you absorb more nutrients, you're going to feel better. You're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be grouchy. Like, this is not about juicing out your vegetables and making sure that you're like starving because you're only living on salad. Like, I would die, okay? I love food. This is about eating the right foods. We're going to be replacing, when you're using our products, you're replacing up to 2 meals a day. It depends on the person. Mine for sure is breakfast. So I replace a shake for breakfast. And if you think about it, most breakfast foods are packed full of sugar, dairy, and wheat. So, or if it's not sugar, it's some form of artificial sweetener. So like look at sugar or look at breakfast foods. There's not really healthy options. So replacing that with a protein shake or a smoothie with protein powder in it. We're going to be, number 3, improving the elimination of your toxins. And we're going to get into these products as we go. But in that, using our 7-day cleanse, which cleans out your intestines, actually it cleans out all of your organs. And it's really gentle and it does it really slowly. So it's not like, oh, you can't leave your house, you have to live by a bathroom. That's not what this is about. If you're doing it correctly, I can get in a car, I can drink a 7-day cleanse, get in a car and drive to Denver. Like, it's not super hard. Then the detox tea, that will help clean out your liver and your kidneys, and replacing probiotics and enzymes. Most people don't know what probiotics even do. We'll get into that. Number 4 is balancing your blood sugar. And when you have high blood sugar, it leads to a ton of different diseases, and because your body cannot control what's happening, it's trying to keep you alive. So it has no extra energy to fight anything that's attacking your body. Does that make sense? So like we're going to be balancing your blood sugar. This whole system is safe for diabetics, and it's safe for people that are like, list something, maybe comment, and I can answer questions when we're finished. Number 5 is balancing your system's pH. So when you're extremely acidic, disease and sickness are prevalent. Like, that's where they thrive. They thrive in those kind of environments. So we are switching it from acidic to alkaline. When your body's alkaline, nothing sticks around that's not good. Nothing can live that's not good. And then the bottom is supporting. So after you're finished cleaning your body out and you're living, like learning about whole foods and what they do, giving you the support. And I'm going to walk you through a current Facebook group that we have going on that has coaching, where you have daily, weekly, and monthly coaching. So if this is something ongoing, you're more than welcome to do that. And we will have a 365 group. When you're finished with the 30-day group that you'll be put in, we'll have a 365 group. So we will post things like this that kind of show you the alkalinity scale, what things are really acidic and what things are really alkaline, doing your best to be eating on the lowest acid to the alkaline side. Okay, so that you'll see that posted in there. Today what we're going to get into, first of all, we're going to be talking about why does Arbonne not use dairy or soy as their base for the nutrition, the shakes, and like any of our nutrition products. So Arbonne started in Switzerland. Because of that, we still have to keep extremely high standards, and our products have to be able to be sold in multiple countries. So because they use the European directive as their guideline, our products are not able to have tons of chemicals and anything artificial like most other companies in the US are able to have. Most people don't even know what to look for in nutrition. So I'm going to kind of jump into that, but in Europe, they feed whey. So when you make cheese, like you take the cheese out and whey is the watery substance left over. In Europe, they feed that to their animals to fatten them so they can butcher them. Here in the US, more and more it's becoming common where you can find something that's like a pea protein or a plant-based protein, but that's not common. Like it's becoming more common, but whey protein is in most nutrition products. Well, some people didn't want whey, so they went out on a limb and they was like, okay, well, companies are like, well, we'll do soy. So they started using soy. If soy is used, and I mean, there's tons of different yeses and nos and rights and wrongs with it, because it's so questionable, Arbonne took it out of all of our products, even though it was not in our products. Like even soy lecithin, which is a healthy fat that you need, they took that out because people were questioning it. So their goal is to just give you like pure products. But our body responds to soy like we eat it and use it like estrogen. So what was happening is in both cases for whey or soy, people are losing weight because they're doing shakes for breakfast, they're doing shakes for lunch, and their calories are being lowered. So they start losing weight. But then when they decide, you know what, I'm done using these weight loss products, I just want to kind of get back to normal life and just live, they gain all that weight right back, because when we eat whey, it's a carbohydrate, so it turns to sugar when you eat it. It trains your body and your brain to need sugar. It does not have the healthy fats that you need. And soy, we eat it and respond to it like estrogen. So our body's like, hey, feed me. I need food. I'm like, we got to get big. We need to get, like, we need to bulk up. So people would start the yo-yo that you saw of the person on the first picture I showed you. They start that all over again. So ours is designed to help you get on the right track to change your lifestyle, giving you the tools to keep going once you're finished, so you're not gaining all that weight back. Okay? Pea protein, rice, and cranberry are all from a plant, and all of Arbonne's nutrition products, and somebody's asking if you're able to use while pregnant or nursing, and I'm going to get into like how to use it, but the answer is yes. This was asked at a question a couple weeks ago at a training where Peter Matravers, who makes Arbonne's products, he did a question and answer session, but it was asked about like if people that are pregnant or nursing are able to use these products. And I'm going to give you the different variations of what you would do in those cases, because the answer is yes. And his answer was, you can use it as a supplement to add to what you're doing. And here's the thing, if you are healthy and you're getting the vitamins that you need, you will not be starving, you cannot be anorexic, and you cannot be overweight. Your body knows what you should weigh. So if you're getting the right nutrients, your body knows, okay? So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share again my screen, if I can find it. You might have to just bear with me a second. So this is what we have set up for you. When you get your kit and you start, we throw you into a Facebook group where you're going to have all this information. This is one of the links that you're going to get. So you get all these sheets I'm showing you. You can go print them off. One of the biggest things that we'll be using will be the Healthy Living Essentials for You. Also, when you buy a whole kit, Arbonne sends you their version of the Healthy Living, and these go like hand in hand. There may be a couple things different, but for the most part, like they're pretty spot on. This version that I'm showing you will be the strictest version. So in the one that Arbonne sends you, if you don't want to do super strict, like again, it kind of goes back to what do you want to put into what do you want to get out of it. So we're going to be starting with like what I talked about. So the first 5 points, when you eat nutrient-dense foods, look more for organic foods, sticking to wild and cage-free animal products like turkey, chicken, wild fish, and eating unprocessed carbs in moderation, like sweet potatoes, brown rice, quinoa. Looking into these things, so those are not staples, okay? The next one is the fruits and vegetables. Eating lots of fruits and vegetables, so you want to eat 3 times the amount of starchy or non-starchy veggies to protein in every meal. And then you can get into, like, this is going to give you tons of information. Our protein powder is a great protein source because it's all from plants. Number 3 gets into what we're eliminating. We already talked about number 4, where you're drinking more than you eat. Number 5, this one is key. You're having a meal every 4 to 6 hours. If you eat before 4 hours, you're snacking all the time. Your body hasn't been able to burn what you ate, so it starts all over again. If you eat past 6 hours, or you don't eat past 6 hours, your body's already in starvation mode, so anything you eat, it just stores. So your body is trying to keep you alive. We just have to learn how our body works and how to work with it, okay? So another huge thing is to stop eating by 7 p.m., planning on being in bed by 10 p.m., your organs need time to regenerate and to clean out and to heal. If we don't sleep enough, they are not able to do that. But when you stop eating by 7 p.m., you're letting your body work on the food you ate, break it down, and process it, so you're not going to bed, because when you go to sleep, if you eat and go to sleep, everything just is turned to fat. Your body's like, okay, she's done, or he's done, going to bed, shut it down. So varying the foods that you eat, so you get lots of different nutrients and lots of different vitamins. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to leave this up here. So the products that we recommend for this, I'm going to leave that up there, and then I'm going to show you a picture or on the video. So this is what the detox tea looks like. Maybe I need to pull this forward a little bit. It seems like it's really dark over there. The detox tea. And the purpose of the tea is that it's helping you clean out your liver, your kidneys, and your blood, because when your liver is cleaned out, it can clean your blood out correctly. What happens is, as our bodies, our organs become overworked and overburdened, pretty much that's when we start to gain weight and our body starts to shut down. When we start to clean them out, your body can process all of this effectively, okay? So this does not have anything to do with, like, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, this is totally fine. You can do all this while pregnant or breastfeeding. You can, the next one would be, oops, sorry. Got to get back to it. When I share my screen, it gives me this bar. It makes it so I can't find what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay, now close. Hang on. There we go. So we'll scroll back down. Okay, so this is talking about fizz tablets. They're now in sticks, but same thing. You get them in your kit. You can either get citrus or pomegranate. You can get both of them, or you can get one of each flavor. And these alkalinize your system, but they also give you energy, and it helps increase your metabolism. They have chromium, green tea, guarana. They have tons of B vitamins, and there's less caffeine in a fizz stick than there would be in, like, I think it's a quarter cup of coffee. So if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you're drinking coffee, like, just swap it out for those. The Digestion Plus, love, love, love this product. This is, if somebody is only able to do a couple Arbonne products, this is one of the big ones. Prebiotics and probiotics, ours also has enzymes, but it helps rebuild your gut health. If your gut is fighting everything that you're doing, you cannot absorb any of the nutrients that you're eating. So everything just flushes through. But ours, you do not have to refrigerate, which makes it easy to take with you. Like I'm going to go on vacation this coming week. All this stuff is easy to take with me because I do not have to refrigerate it. I just want to make sure that it's not in boiling water, or like these you can put into applesauce. You can put it into different juices. I mix mine right into my shake. If you like the flavor of it, you can just eat it first thing in the morning. Just pour it in your mouth and drink some water. There's alternatives to all of the above. Then the protein shake, same thing. You can get in chocolate or vanilla. And these are my bags, so they're coming in, like they come in 30 servings each bag. So when you get your kit, there's enough for you to use for the month, replacing 2 meals a day. We post a recipe to make protein bars. I choose to make mine without oats, or like you can do like Rice Krispie treat stuff in it. You can do stuff like that, but I choose to make mine just plain. And like we post those recipes for you. With the protein shake, not only is this helping replace 2 meals, depending on how you're using the system, but there's no artificial anything in it. So if you want more things packed into it, you can put it in a blender. You can put chia seeds. You can put vegetables, fruits, add some ice cubes. Like they taste disgusting if you drink them warm. So don't drink them warm or room temperature. Put them in the refrigerator. You can mix it, put it in the refrigerator, and then take it out and go to work the next day. So it's already made. It's easy. The next thing would be the fiber boost. And if you don't get enough fiber, your body cannot clean out. So this has 12 grams of fiber in 1 scoop, and that's literally almost over half of what you need daily. It's flavorless, so you can cook with it. You can put it in spaghetti sauce. You can put it in salad dressing. You can put it in soup. Whatever you mix it in, you just need to mix it quickly so that it doesn't solidify in whatever you're putting it in. The vitamins, you can, like those will be add-ons. The 7-day body cleanse, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, you would not use this, and I'll show you. You would use a replacement, use the greens instead. But the 7-day cleanse, if you can get 1 Arbonne product, this is the most important. This is absolutely awesome, and can't see where you guys can see. There you go. It comes in little packets that you mix in a 32-ounce bottle of water, and you drink it. If you are not a fan of the taste, and the more toxic you are, the more you may not like the taste. So as you clean out, it should taste like an apple, a mixture of apple and prune juice almost. But you can mix fizz sticks in with it. The only thing you cannot mix in with a 7-day cleanse are the probiotics. So you can mix, like pour a little lemon, squeeze some lemons into it, or a lime, do something to change the taste of it. But that literally is what takes you from the first picture I showed you, from yo-yoing to cleaning out so that it doesn't come back. That is one of the most important things that we have. People that have skin problems, the probiotic mix, and the 7-day cleanse, it's incredible for skin. Then let me see if I covered everything here. Okay, so you're going to mix your shakes in a shaker cup or a blender. Our shaker cups have the little wisps in the bottom of them, so you can just mix it up. Comes with a little whisk ball. I said a whiskey ball, and people are like, you can do alcohol? No, you cannot do alcohol while you're doing this. Then when you trade it out, things that you would trade it out for, and I'm going to put this on pause here a second. We'll come back to this sheet. But if you're trading out some of the pieces, you could trade out the 7-day cleanse for the greens balance. And this, sorry, apparently I'm glaring on you. The greens balance has a rainbow of fruits and vegetables, and it's giving you the vitamins from those fruits and vegetables in a dehydrated version. They taste disgusting if you cook with them. Like, don't think that you can add it to a casserole and it's going to be good. It kind of tastes like blueberries, alfalfa almost, strawberries. Like, it's a mixture of all this stuff. It's kind of sweet. I mixed it into a noodle casserole and it was disgusting. And I don't waste things, so I ate it anyway. But this is what you would replace if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. You would replace the greens, and you can get a kit that has this swapped out for the 7-day cleanse. So, and I have people that are starting this group that are both, which is really cool because there's going to be versions, like literally all of the food recipes that are going to be shown, you can just eat that way. So it's not that, oh, like if you're on all these medications, if you're on a lot of medications, I would suggest doing the one with the greens because the cleanse, or like if you've had chemotherapy, if you're a cancer survivor, the cleanse can pull it out of your body too quickly and it can make you ill. So stay away from the 7-day cleanse. Do the greens version first. But we have the version that we'll be doing in the group that all of the new people will be starting in will be where you're doing 2 packets a week. So it's not going to be hard. It's going to be like really easy to follow. It's not going to be cleaning you out a ton while you're doing it. Another add-on can be the protein boost. This has no flavor, no sweetener. Sorry, you can't see. And a scoop is 10 grams of protein. In the other bag, a scoop is 10 grams. In a normal shake, you'd put 2 scoops, so it's 20 grams. So if you're trying to do something like pancakes or muffins and you don't want the flavor of that protein in, you can just do the flavorless protein. So those are some fun add-ons. I'm going to go through the rest of this and we'll talk about some of the other products. I'm going to see which page I need to flip to here a second. A big part of what we're teaching people is when you're eliminating certain foods, what it's doing to your gut. So when we pull this up, and when you print this off, it will be on page 8 of the Healthy Living here. But most people don't even know what candida is. And it's too much yeast in your gut. Too much yeast is pretty much too much sugar. And it's from things like too many gluten products, too much vinegar in different things, grains constantly, sugar, caffeine, alcohol, dairy, anything that builds up sugar in your body causes and helps feed candida. So this kind of gets into why are we taking it out? When your immune system is overloaded, most of your immune system is in your gut, so your body just starts to work a lot slower. When you start to get sick, instead of, or even before then, instead of jumping on antibiotics, jump on probiotics. Help heal your tummy and you don't get sick. It also lowers your adrenal gland function. So, and your adrenal glands, every one of your organs work in conjunction with each other. When your adrenal glands are exhausted, you don't sleep. It doesn't matter what you do for weight loss, you can't gain or you can't lose weight. It doesn't feel like anything you do for anything to be healthy, like nothing matters. You need to sleep enough so that your adrenal glands can heal. It also in turn affects your thyroid, which in turn affects all your hormones. Like it's just like this big ball that's all wrapped together, okay? So some of the most common foods that we'll be taking out is gluten. And if you look again at foods that we eat on a daily basis, gluten is in almost every food as an American that we eat. So if your gut is overloaded with it, it's not saying that you cannot eat gluten, but during this month, we're going to take it out so that you can give yourself a break from it. When you eat gluten, you'll notice if it's in every single meal, you just are bloated constantly because your body cannot break it down. Same goes for dairy. And there's a video that I'll post that's really informational by a doctor who's talking about we are the only mammal after the age of 2 that still eats or drinks milk. Milk is designed to be packed full of hormones to grow something huge quickly. And we eat it in almost every meal that we have. So that we get into why we're not doing dairy. Soy, we talked about. Refined sugar, it's pretty much all the nutrients are gone. And so it starts to drain and leach your body of vitamins and minerals. In all of the nutrition products from Arbonne, there will be cane sugar extract or pure cane sugar, like the real cane sugar, that still has the vitamins and minerals that your body needs. So then it's kind of cool too, because as you go through, there's a picture of which product you're doing to help with what. Okay, so as you get into the balancing your blood sugar, that's where the fiber comes in. That's where the fizz sticks come in. And normally your body, you eat, and within an hour your blood sugar spikes. When your blood sugar spikes, all of your organs just go to fixing that instead of just helping keep you just even keel. Everything starts to fight to fix it, to lower it. So none of your organs are worrying about cleaning out or anything. Your body goes into survival mode. So if you think about, if that's how you eat every meal, 3 times a day minimum, not even counting the times you snack, your body is trying to keep you alive and it's in survival mode. So how can you lose any weight? How can you lose any toxins when that's happening? It's impossible. It doesn't happen. Your body's trying to keep you alive. So when you get to number 5, eliminating or supporting your elimination organs, the detox tea gets into where it's helping you clean out. And don't freak out at the word detox. Like a lot of people will. This is just talking about like cleaning out your liver and your kidneys of toxins. When you clean out your liver and your kidneys, the rest of your body can clean out easily. You would literally have to drink probably about 64 to 72 ounces at least of detox tea before you started to get loose stools. So just because the word detox is in there does not mean you're going to be tied to a toilet, okay? That is not Arbonne's plan. That's not how they are designing this. The 7-day cleanse, how Martina is going to line people out on how to use it. You should be using it slowly enough, same thing, that it's not like you're sitting in a bathroom every day. Mind you, people's bodies respond differently to everything. So all I can do is give you the overview of what most people will do. But most of the time, if you were to use the 7-day cleanse back to back, you wouldn't start getting maybe loose stools until like day 3 or day 4. So when we do that in a cleanse, we normally will plan it so you can do that over days off, or, you know, but it's if you're using it correctly and you're eating healthy food, like clean food, your body will not just automatically attack what's in your gut and get a stomach ache and be like, I've got to get this out of me as fast as possible. Like we're trying to help you here with that. But the 7-day cleanse also helps with your blood, your lungs, and your lymphatic support. Exercise too while you're doing this, and make sure on the days for sure that you're drinking the 7-day cleanse and the day after you're showering, because your skin is your largest organ and it needs to clean out. So help it out. When you get in the shower, use something scrubby so you're giving your blood energy. And it's going back to the law, an object in motion stays in motion. So if your blood is super tired and it's just moving really slow, if you are the one giving it energy, even just scrubbing in the shower like this is making your blood move quicker. When you have increased circulation, your body will clean out toxins faster instead of having to like drag it to pull it out. Make sense? They'll get into some skin support. None of that will come with the kit that you buy, but those are all products that you're able to use with it. If you want some ideas, the best one is the Detox Purifying Sea Soak, which pulls toxins out from you from the outside of your skin, and then the Rescue Wash. The Rescue Wash would be like when you're showering after you work out, if you're extremely active, or if you have kids in swimming, where you're constantly around chemicals of some sort, chemicals and chlorine. The Rescue Wash is awesome for that. It will foam, pull those toxins off of you, and let it rinse off. And to give you an example, take a lead pencil, color on your skin, and then wash it with regular soap. You'll still see lead there. If you did the same thing with the Rescue Wash, it would be completely gone, like it lifts it off of you. So anything that you're touching, you're absorbing roughly 60% of it in as little as 26 seconds on your skin. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going to jump on to this next page, which is one of my favorite pages, because I feel like people, when they think they're going to get healthy, they automatically go to all the foods they're no longer able to eat, and they feel like their life is over. Trust me, I love food. I'm not asking you to live on rice cakes and peanut butter the whole time, or vegetables like solid. I have people doing this that hate the taste of vegetables. So if they can do it, you can do it. But what I show people how to do is on the takeaway list, what are you taking out? And then look over what can you replace it with so you don't feel like it left. And that is huge. It's mental. If I tell you you can't do ice cream, you can't do alcohol, you can't do coffee, you can't have peanut butter, you can't have sugar, what are the very, very, very first things that you want? Everything I just listed. So we're teaching people how to replace dairy for unsweetened milks, like almond, coconut. You can do cashew, you can do rice milk. Rice milk, out of all of them, will be sweeter. There's controversy. I mean, we'll teach you about the organic side, but if you're not able to do organic fruits and vegetables, just make sure you're washing your fruits and vegetables before you're eating them, but do organic as much as possible. We're going to be talking about peanut butter. The reason peanut butter is taken out is because most people are not eating real peanut butter. If you look at the back of your peanut butter carton, it's also full of hydrogenized, I can't even say the word, like hydrogenized oil, processed oils, sugars, tons of sugars. So if you're replacing it with real peanut butter, same thing for the first few weeks. It's a good idea to just not do it and just give yourself a break from it, because peanuts do cause a lot of allergies or can feed a lot of allergies. But if you're eating peanut butter, eat peanut butter that is real peanut butter, where it's peanuts and salt. That's it. You're going to be doing a lot of milk, nut butters, like almond butters, cashew butters, same thing, just finding alternatives. If you have an allergy to any of those listed, obviously figure out one that you didn't have an allergy to. Table sugar, honey, and maple syrup, artificial sweeteners, those are being taken out because most of the time you are not eating real local honey that's not processed. Maple syrup, you're getting Mrs. Butterworth's that is solid corn syrup. It's not real maple syrup. Artificial sweeteners, same thing, and we'll give more information on this as well. But artificial sweeteners stick to your they're part of the toxins that stick to your fat. So when you're cleaning out, that's huge. And we were coming back from Oklahoma a few weeks ago from a retreat, and we were in the airport in Denver, and this girl was in line. She was getting coffee. She gets her coffee, and she got nothing in it. She opens up 4 packets of Splenda and dumps into her coffee. I was sitting there like, oh my goodness, like I just wanted to go stop her, because people don't understand what it is. And when you learn what these foods are made out of, Splenda, it's like ants do not eat it. You can pour it on the ground. Ants do not eat it. And there's a reason why. It's poison. Like it takes on and gives you other symptoms of sicknesses you aren't even aware of. Okay? And we'll get into that. Coffee, doing your best to replace it with herb teas. And I've got people on this that cannot stand teas. Okay? You can do fizz sticks. If you're drinking like a pot of coffee a day and you can get down to half a cup, that's awesome. It's not perfection, it's progression. But again, know that the more you can stick to this as much as possible, the better results you're going to see. And then getting into cage-free, the reason being because they don't have the hormones in them. So if everything that we're eating is fed solid hormones, that's all we're ingesting, okay? And we're trying to get away from all those hormones. There's an excerpt here on vinegar. Most vinegar is coming from potatoes, and most of it's like chemically distilled. Bragg's apple cider vinegar, I used to hate. Like I hated the taste of vinegar. That is actually one of my drinks now. I will mix like a tablespoon, and if you mix too much, you'll get a stomachache, but just a little bit into even like my whole big water bottle. Mix like a tablespoon in, put a fizz stick, and a little bit, like a squeeze of lemon. In the morning, you can do, now that it's getting cold, you can do hot tea with a fizz stick and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And all it's doing is helping your gut promote the good bacteria to keep you healthy. So this sheet is awesome. I love it for that. The next one, if it lets me go, it's kind of giving you a sample day. The portion size guide, we kind of talked about what your plate's going to look like and not eating after 7 p.m. And somebody texted me and said, what if you don't get home till after midnight? Like, when would you stop eating? What are you, if you know that, I would do your best to pack food with you, or like base it on when you're going to bed so that you're done eating minimum of 3 hours before you go to bed. But this is going to teach you a lot to like bring things with you, because if you're hungry, you obviously need to eat. Okay, we get into how to prepare meals. Like, what should your meals be like? And again, I said I love food. I really, really love food. All I have learned to do is make the same food that I love a little bit differently with healthier ingredients. And as you clean out, what's crazy is that when you go back to eating those foods, or if you taste it in a dish someone makes or something, or you go to a salad bar, you can taste the chemicals or the fakeness in it. It's like weird. I may be crazy, but you can taste it. And somebody next to you will be pouring on salt when you're sitting there, and you can actually taste the flavor of what you're eating. There are also minimum of 10 different meal plans. If you are somebody that needs a meal plan, there's so many choices. If you don't, like I would prefer not to, excuse me, I just need the ingredients and then I cook from there. So we've got tons of different ideas for food. You can either make the shakes in a shaker cup, or you can do them in a blender. If you don't have a blender, buy one. We'll post some different ideas for cheaper ones that are really good. You don't have to have a $400 blender to make a good shake. We give you tons of recipes for protein shakes. And then this is another one of my favorite sheets. So this is on page 17. Excuse me. And this is breaking down. Do you remember the sheet at the front that showed you your plate, what your plate would look like? This is breaking it down for you into categories. So when you look at this sheet, it's showing you, okay, if your plate down here, if your plate looks like this, it's showing you options for proteins, options for fats, options for high fiber carbs, so that you can mix and match the food that is on your plate and not feel like you're constantly eating the same thing. So something that's really cool for the high fiber carbs, it gives you the fruit glycemic index. And this is really handy because most fruits are carbs. But anything on the low GI, which is a low glycemic index, you can eat as much of that as you want. Anything in the moderate, pay attention to it, don't live on it. And this is if you're doing weight loss. The high glycemic index fruits, which are what most people will automatically turn to when they think of fruit, you want to avoid those fruits except in a post-workout shake, meaning within half an hour of working out, so that you're helping your body bounce back quicker. Again, you want to balance your blood sugar. If your blood sugar is not balanced, your body is in survival mode, and it can't burn anything, it can't lose anything. So then they also give you tons of ideas for non-starchy vegetables. And some of the vegetables you might not like, work with as many as you can to start. And then you'll also notice as you clean out, your taste buds will change, like I was talking about, and you'll start to like more foods. So they're giving you ideas on websites where you can shop if you don't have stuff right around you, like tons of options. And I post pictures on different food brands that I buy, and Costco is bringing in a lot healthier foods. It also gives you like a shopping overview telling you where to find these in the store. And then you can write out your own meal plan out your week, and then you can make a shopping list, and you can print just that page off and take it with you so that you stay on track. Because if you're anything like me, You maybe don't go buy groceries until you're starving, and then your cart is 10 times fuller than it should be if you just went with needing a couple things. So if you're on a budget, plan it out. And then at the end, we get into your steps, and we do videos. I think maybe it's my opinion, it is easier for me to understand someone when I can hear their tone and I can see their expressions on what I should be doing instead of just a text of this is how you should be doing it. So in my groups and the groups I'm co-coaching, I will be doing videos because I think they're helpful. Granted, there is also a lot of information that you will need to read through, but we'll do our best to have a balance of both. One thing's huge. Do not obsess about your weight. Weigh yourself one time a week, not every day, and make sure that you have healthy options for foods places. When you are hungry, you have something to eat after you've drank, okay? Track your success. We kind of talked about this already, but take before and after pictures. You're going to wish you had if you don't. And take one full on and then turn sideways and take another one. You'll see what's changing. We're not asking you to post them. They're for yourself. Then we also go through the what if list. What if I'm hungry? What if I'm not losing weight? Your body, that's a huge one, okay? Your body needs to understand and catch up with what you're doing. It might look different for everybody, so just give yourself enough time to catch up with it. A lot of times, you maybe will not see weight loss until like week 2 to week 3. When your body starts to figure out what you're doing, you'll start dropping weight like crazy. If you're doing this into a 2 to 3 month period, you're going to notice your clothes fit differently. And then by month 2, middle of month 2, the beginning of month 3, you'll have clothes that fall off. And it's not always just about how much weight you lost. It's about how you feel, how your clothes fit, and like you're going to lose inches. You'll notice something. It goes into if you're losing weight and you're not doing this to lose weight. Eat more fat, eat more calories. So this would go for someone who's pregnant or breastfeeding. Make sure you're using this not as counting your calories, which again, we do not teach, but use it as an add-on to the food you're eating, not necessarily in place of, but like not only. Don't only have a protein shake for breakfast. Maybe have a protein shake and then something else healthy, like some pancakes. And I'm going to post a recipe because I'm craving pancakes, so I'll post a healthy living recipe for pancakes. But if you are constipated, you have tummy issues, your stomach won't stop rumbling, or you just have cramps, you're dehydrated, okay? You need to drink water. If you are somebody who does not like the flavor of water, there's a video I post that talks about how to literally chop up food and you have fruit or food. Maybe I'm hungry. How to put fruit in your water bottle. And then you infuse, like it's just water that tastes like, say you put cucumber and strawberries in there. So you have infused water that you're drinking. But maybe the best part for me is you're going to drink this and then you know you're not dehydrated, right? You might even be hungry. You get to open it and eat it. So you have a snack. It's like a 2-in-1. We'll talk about vitamins and you'll learn about vitamins, but you want to make sure that when you're doing your probiotics and your vitamins, you are not drinking them with or immediately after you've done a cleanse. So if you are planning on drinking your 7-day cleanse in the morning, wait to do your probiotics at dinner so that they can stay in your gut all night. Okay, same thing with your vitamins, do them later throughout the day. Working out, stay active. Granted, like I said, you're going to need to shower on the days you're cleansing because your body needs help cleaning off. But stay active. The more active you are, the better circulation you have, the higher chance of toxins being pushed out. And I'm not saying, like, if you don't ever work out, to start working out like a mad person. Just walk more. Walk on your lunch. Go for a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk. I'm not a fan of working out. Quite honestly, I think I hate it. However, I like how I feel after I've worked out. And it's great mentally. Like, there's a reason people that work out have less chances or less struggle with depression because your brain needs exercise. So do that. And it doesn't have to be something crazy like hot yoga at 5:30 in the morning. After you're finished with the program, we're going to teach you how to keep doing the foods, like learning foods that you are, and you'll be transitioned from your 30-day group to a 365 group. So you can keep staying on this process. And like I said, depending on how much weight you want to lose or what your health goal is with this system, is totally up to you. We are coaching you through the first 30 days. And then after that, it's like just a support group where everybody's in there is going to be posting food ideas. Or I just saw a black bean recipe for brownies. Immediately I was like, ooh, that sounds good. Like things like that. So you can post things, and please be interactive with the group. If you are posting your weight, you're posting, and if you are not comfortable posting it, but you're messaging it to me, we will do a Biggest Loser gift every week. And then at the end of the group, we're going to do another Biggest Loser gift. So like be involved in it. If you have questions when you're called and followed up with by your consultant, ask them. Talk to them about all this stuff. After the program, we're going to be phasing you back into the foods that you took out, seeing what within literally, most of the time it's within 5 to 10 minutes, what's making you bloated. Like down on number 5 here, it says sensitivities within 24 to 72 hours. Really, it's like 5 to 10 minutes. If you take something out and your body really doesn't like it, you're going to know. But just knowing if you have a cheat day, you're pretty much starting yourself over or setting yourself behind between 4 to 7 days every time you cheat. Is that worth it to you? If it is, be my guest. Most people coming into this want the most results the fastest. Why? Because we are in a world that needs stuff like now. And like I said, it is not a pill that you're going to take. We are teaching you to retrain your brain to look at food differently and look at how your body processes it differently. So on that note, I'm going to add a couple other things that could be for people that like they do not come with your kit, but they could be for somebody who maybe loves sweet foods. Then you would want to look at the fit shoes. They come in caramel, chocolate, and lemon. And then seasonally, we have different flavors. So check into your seasonal flavor. But if you need something, maybe like a dessert, or if people around you are eating chocolate cake and you're like, hey, I feel left out, get chocolate. Get whatever your weakness is. Okay, we're going to teach you how to make protein bars out of the protein powder because that is the most cost effective. And I used to work retail, so like I hate watching people spend money. That's not needed. Like I want to get them the best discount possible. We've got the nutrition bars in chocolate or fruit. These are great if you're traveling. Like I said, I'm going on vacation. These are going to be awesome. And then for people that are needing an extra boost, we have the Evolution set. Hopefully I can move this so you can see it without it being super weird. Glaring. There we go. Okay, so Thermo Booster. Thermo Booster speeds up your metabolism. If your body is not burning it quick enough and you have no metabolism, like I think I'm on the high metabolism side where I almost consume food all the time is what it feels like. Ask my husband. I'm sure that's what he feels like with our grocery bill too. But the Thermo Booster helps with that. If you are somebody who needs help with portion control, then the full control is a fiber that you mix in water and it expands in your stomach. You would do this like 20 to 30 minutes before you eat. It expands in your stomach to help you feel full when you go to eat. You're not overeating because you're not letting it catch up with your body. So those are a couple add-ons. If you are in extreme, like you're doing workouts, you're doing sports, you're doing all these other things, our PhytoSport line helps with that. So all these products you can use in conjunction with the healthy living. The Prepare and Endure, this helps you, gives you energy, and this helps keep you going while you're working out. The hydration replaces electrolytes, and this is awesome mixed with Bragg's apple cider vinegar and fizz sticks. You can also do, I've done probiotics in there. And then the after workout, if you are somebody who gets sore, or like maybe you've exerted yourself a lot, the after workout helps rebuild your muscles after you've used them hard. So there's a bunch of different things. You can also look on for the vitamins. If you're craving things like pizza, ice cream, ranch dressing, that's your body needing more fat. We have omega-3 supplements, and I can tell when I need more of those. So up that. I'm going to answer some questions here a second, and then we'll close up. So if you work out first thing in the morning, would you take Digestion Plus before or after the shake? Depends on if you're doing your shake. Some people will drink a shake before they work out. If, like, I cannot work out on a full stomach. Like, I literally have to have like a bite of banana and that's it. But then I'm drinking my shake as my post-workout shake, but it's also breakfast. Granted, I will probably eat again within 2 hours. So if you drink a shake within 30 minutes, it is not counted as a meal because it's helping you rebuild, right? So on that note, I would put mine in my shake, and then I know I don't drink my cleanse until later in the day. So I drink my probiotics and my vitamins in the morning and then do my cleanse later. So if you're giving your vitamins from Arbonne, our vitamins will dissolve in a glass of water in half an hour. If you're giving it about 4 hours, your body's absorbed it. So make sure you're doing your cleanse after that. Another question is, are protein bars considered a snack or a meal? Probably depends on how many you eat. So I make the protein bars because I drive, and most of the time in Montana, anywhere you go, it's like 3 to 4 hours. Or if you go shopping, or say I just went and did a bunch of hair clients and I didn't have time for lunch. So when I get in the car, I have food, because on a warm day, I cannot make a shake and leave it in my car with probiotics in it. It just, like, it's disgusting. So I won't eat it. But protein bars are different. So we will help you with like what to do for snacks and stuff, and like how to go about it so that you're not just resetting your body all the time. But if you are somebody that snacks constantly, talk to your consultant or message me in the Facebook group, message me or Martina, and we'll give you ideas for what to do. Just making sure that you're not eating because you are bored or you are dehydrated, or like, I think I eat when I'm bored. So if I don't have something that I'm doing or I'm not focused on something, automatically I'm like, I'm hungry. Where's my food? So making sure that that's not what you're doing and you're getting the nutrients you need. If there's any other questions, I'm going to have you guys message, like we'll end this recording and then we'll post it, but in the group that you're added to, either talk to the consultant that asked you to join and watch the information, or message us in the group and we can get answers back to you and we can go from there. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you learned something new, and I'll post to, ask the consultants that talked to you about jumping on, ask them about the 40 and 50% off packages for using our Healthy Living. There's different options. And if you have never used Arbonne before, you also get a free gift with your first order, or with your first qualifying order. And your free gift can be an item that maybe isn't in your kit. So ask about that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. When I can post the recording, please share. Like, I'm happy for people to share this from everywhere. Just know to talk to the consultant that shared it with you. Okay? So good luck on your weight loss and a healthy living journey, and we'll go from there. Talk to you soon.